Hola, hola. Welcome, namaste, family and friends. How are you? Welcome to our meditation practice. And any moment you're allowed to practice this is gonna be the best moment for you. And we're gonna practice our technique of mindfulness. In Buddhist calls vipassana. Vipassana practice is the same knowledge of the moment we call mindfulness. And that the name same. We're gonna create this contemplation, this awareness to recognize ourselves. And we're gonna go in and deep in us to find silence and peace in mind and just create this pure observation in all of us. I hope you enjoy it. We're gonna find a comfortable seat pose. You can use a pillow, depends your hips. If you have tiny hips, best way to sit in a pillow in a chair, and you can all resting your back on the wall. And find a nice place to can feel resting and peace and calm in your body. It's important to make a nice position for your body, because to create a nice meditation is really important to create a comfortable position for you. If your body doesn't feel comfortable, it's gonna be difficult to can keep your attention and your concentration. Because if your body feels tightness or you feel some tensions in there, you're gonna lose your attention because your body is talking to you too much and you cannot relax, right? So please, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody unless leads to you. Just if you need to chair, take a chair and find a good, a comfortable seat. Laying down, I don't recommend you too much to laying down because we can fall asleep. And the idea is release, like falling asleep, but consciousness, awake. And when you fall asleep, you lose the attention. Your conscious goes away in your dreams, right? So, taking pillows. If you have a really nice sitting position like I am, even for me can be tightness in here. That's why I use my blanket. Or you can use blanket, you can use, if you have yoga pillow is good. This pillow can be good for when you have more tightness hips. In my case, it's not too much relaxing in that place. I just need a little bit lifted, like the baby pillow or like the towel or blanket, and just notice my hip bones, just notice your hip bones, exactly a little bit off in the blanket. And notice here, you can rest in the hips and you move the tail a little bit to the navel to create less arching in your lower back. Notice when you're arching and just pelvis in. And you rest in the way in your hips in the pillow. And you can stay longer sitting here without create tightness to hold the pose. To then rounding and make a nice curves in the back to just try to relax in here. And just this way to use your blanket helps to keep your spine in a line, your lumbars relaxed, without tightness, without tensions, and a nice neutral and longer back. And find that intention in your back. Find that sensations in your lower back. Creates a nice longer spine and neck. Grounds your bones and send the weight to your hip bones. Notice legs. Notice the position of the legs. Find a nice crossing legs and a nice soft knees. And a nice relaxing feet and toes, nice softened ankles. And taking a comfortable seat pose. And we're gonna close our eyes, resting the palms facing up without any mudra. Just softening the fingers, softening your palms, resting the doors of the hands on your thighs and your knees. Notice the way in your hips feels the gravity and the weight. The points of you feel more weight in your hips. Let's take a nice inhalation through the nose. Let's create a little more grounded, more connection. We're gonna take a nice inhale, and nice and gentle through the mouth. Let's exhaling, and let's just allow you to release and relaxing in here. Inhale, exhaling slowly. One more. Now just nose breathing. Breathing just through your nose. And now let's start sending the attention to your nostril. Now we're gonna recognize the flow of your inhalation and how the air going out through the nostril. And let's just stay in your nose. Feel the air coming through the nose and feels the air coming out through your nose. Not change the breathing, just recognize the way it is, the natural inhalation and the natural exhalation. And notice the temperature of the air. Feel the subtle warmth in the exhalation. Now notice it is equal, the inhale and the exhale with the right nostril and with the left nostril. Now move the attention to your face expression. Let's create more peace and calm in our muscles and our expression. And let's recognize the forehead. Nice neutral forehead. Notice your eyebrows. Natural soften between the eyebrows. Notice your eyes in a natural close eyes. Now squeeze your eyes. Natural close. Notice the cheeks. Notice your lips. Notice the tongue and the jaw. Soften the jaw. Notice the natural space between the teeth. Notice the roots of the tongue, the swallow or saliva. And notice the roots of the tongue. Soften the tongue. Notice the crown of the head. Notice your hair. Notice the back part of the head. Notice hair. Notice neck. Notice how it feels your neck. Recognize sensations. Notice throat. Notice the air coming through the throat, in and out. Just feel in the throat how the breathing is moving in there. Now let's notice the lungs, the ribs, the upper back, and the shoulder blades. And notice the subtle expandation of your lungs when you inhale. Notice the ribs expanding. Notice how your shoulders and the shoulder blades moves, going up. You feel your shoulder blades open. And notice how the upper back and your chest moves with your natural breathing. Now let's recognize the diaphragm, the belly, how your belly moves, how your belly is breathing. Now let's move the attention to your hips. Recognize perineum and the sphincter. Notice if you have tension there. And soften your pelvic floor. Soften perineum. Soften the sphincter. Make a nice soften in your inner muscles. And notice the ground under your hip bones. Feels the weight of your hips and the connection with the ground. And notice the special points with more tension, with more gravity. Feels the legs connecting with the mat, with the ground. Notice hamstrings. Notice your calves and some part of your feet and toes touching the ground. Notice the part of your legs touching the ground. Now let's recognize our ankles. Let's recognize our knees. Recognize the top of your feet, the shins, the thighs, the inner thighs. Feel the space of your body occupies. Feel the space around your legs. Feel the space around your head. And feel the space around all your body. And feel the space around of the space of your body. Now let's move the attention to your heart. Recognize your heart. Recognize the beat of the heart. Try to recognize the vibration coming from your heart and vibrates your body. Come back the attention to your nose, to your breathing. And come back the attention to the flow of with the inhale and with the exhale. And try to feel all your body breathing. Recognize the subtle inhalation in all your body. Notice the expandation with the inhale. And notice the exhalation, the inward and the grounded in your body when you exhaling. Keep the natural breathing, not change the breathing. Just feel. And now we're gonna move the attention to our mind. Now we're gonna contemplate the wind of our mind. And imagine yourself, you are sitting in a chair and you contemplate the movements like a wind. If you are sitting down in front of the ocean, contemplating the beautiful view, and all around, you recognize the ocean like your emotions. And you recognize the wind, the clouds, like your thoughts. And you are there contemplating how the water moves, how the winds move. And recognize the peace and calm of the water of your emotions. Notice this peace and calm of mind. And now we're gonna try to keep the calming, we're gonna try to keep the silence and the stillness. And we're gonna just observe without attachment, without judging. Just don't attach, just pure contemplation. If you notice yourself diving in a thought, if you're wandering in a thought, just recognize, observing that thought, and let it pass away. And you come back to the breathing, to the contemplation, and you recognize nothing is stable, nothing. Everything is moving. And create the space. And notice how long is when one thought shows and disappears. And you are here contemplating, recognize the space and the real silence when it's all and nothing. Contemplating your presence and how the mind manifests now, how your body manifests now, how your emotions manifest here and now, and your breathing brings you back. Notice the space between thoughts and thoughts. Let's contemplate the sounds around. The sound of the breathing. Let's contemplate the sensation of your skin. Recognize the subtle sensation of wind around your body. Let's contemplate your mouth flavors. Notice the tongue, the teeth. Recognize your natural flavor the magical of your tongue. Recognize textures, flavors, let's recognize the subtle sensations in your nostril and recognize the essential, the smells around. Now let's move the attention to our eyes and recognize the perception of your mind with your eyes closed. Looking in, find the light. Recognize the perception. With your physical eyes, recognize the physical eye's perception and your mental eye perception. They are different. Your physical eyes connecting with the real, with the present, and your mental eye has filters. Depends your filters, your experience. You perceive different situations. It's the same reality for everybody. Your perception is the one you change. Depends your memories, depends your experience of life. And let's just observing all. Notice how everything is moving, how your body expresses the energies, how your mind is stillness and peace and calm. And notice you, the one, recognize all. The one expanding the consciousness. You are the consciousness. You are the one. Recognize all of you. This is you, pure energy. Pure consciousness, the fount of all. Take a nice, long, gentle inhalation. And with the mouth, let's allow you to release and let it go. When you're ready, before to open our eyes, giving yourself the time without moving anything, just in your temple, in this pure connection we create with ourselves. Tell to your body, tell to yourself, gratitude. Feels gratitude for you, for your body, for give you this moment to create peace and calm. Gratitude for your mind, for our power our mind creates. And as more expandation of our consciousness we create in our mind, we can empower ourselves, and we can manifestate with more intention. We can manifestate with more consciousness, and we have the control of our mind because we recognize all. Feels gratitude and bliss for your being, for your natural being. Gentle, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you. Gracias. I hope you enjoy this practice. Using this practice and using this practice in every moment. But if you have situations, you need to create a pure observation without attachment when you have a challenge situation, for example, as something moves emotions in you, giving yourself the time to observing all. When you looking over the mind and you recognize the emotions, the thoughts, the way you create the thought, the way you create your emotions, and you just observing all, and you can start observing without attachments. You recognize the moment and you transcend it. You transcend it and you create severe decisions of the ideas of the solution shows. Keep practice. Namaste. I love you. Please don't forget your likes, your subscriptions, and share with everybody. Let's growing up and let's send more yoga for all around the world. Thank you so much. Okay, now my legs are sleeping.